My second video is on the study questions today. This is the question answer series of the chemical reaction chapter according to ICSE syllabus class 8. So today I'll start with the study questions. In my last video of this chapter, this question answer series, I discussed the objective type questions, that is the fill in the blanks, true and false, correct the incorrect statements. Okay. Please go through my first video of this chapter question answer series. Okay, so I'm starting today with the study questions. So first question is, define chemical reaction. What is a chemical reaction? The process when one or more substances, that is elements or compounds, they undergo a chemical change with an absorption or release of energy. Okay, one or more substances, like substances can be elements or compounds, they undergo a chemical change with the absorption. In this process, that is undergoing a chemical change, in this process, if there is an absorption or release of energy, so as to form one or more new products. Okay, with after this chemical change, some more new products are formed in the chemical. That is a chemical reaction. Okay, now state necessary conditions for a chemical reaction to take place. There must be one or more substance to take part in the chemical reaction. That is, there should be some reactants present. Okay, it can be one reactant or it can be more than one reactant present to take part in the chemical reaction. Second point is, there must be release or absorption of energy during the chemical reaction. Okay, during a reaction there must be release of energy or absorption of energy in the form of heat or light. Okay, like this. Then there must be one or more new substances formed during a chemical reaction. So some new substances should be formed, that is, products should be formed in this chemical reaction. It may be one or more than one. Okay, so three conditions are necessary for the chemical reaction to take place. Now, by giving examples, explain the following reaction: combination reaction and decomposition reaction. First is combination reaction. Combination reaction is a reaction when two or more substances, that is elements or compounds, they react chemically to form one new product only. One new product is formed by combining one or more elements or compounds. For example, carbon and oxygen, two elements combining to form carbon dioxide. Okay. Then another, you can say, one compound and one element that can also combine, like carbon monoxide and oxygen combining to form carbon dioxide, or carbon dioxide and water. Here two compounds are combining to form carbonic acid, H2CO3. That is, carbonic acid is formed by combining two compounds, that is carbon dioxide and water. Next thing is decomposition reaction. Second part, it is the chemical reaction in which a single compound decomposes on heating. Okay, here a single compound decomposes on heating or by some other kind of energy. It is absorbed by the single compound, and it decomposes into, or it breaks into, two or more new substances, that it may be elements or compounds. It's an opposite of combination reaction. Okay, now example is, see, mercury oxide, it absorbs heat to form mercury and oxygen. 2HgO, heat is absorbing it, and heat breaks this mercury oxide into mercury and oxygen. Then sodium nitrate also absorbs heat to form sodium nitrite and oxygen. Even calcium carbonate absorbs heat to form calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. In the first case, two elements are formed. In the second case, one compound, another is element. And the third case, that is in calcium carbonate case, two compounds are formed, calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. Okay. Next is, by giving example, explain the following reaction, that is displacement reaction and double displacement reaction. First one, displacement reaction. It is a chemical reaction in which more reactive element displaces a less reactive element from its aqueous salt solution. More reactive element, okay, that is reactivity series. When the metal reactivity series, the more reactive element will displace the less reactive element, okay, from its aqueous solution. Okay, so there should be three conditions for this displacement reaction. One is an element of the more reactivity. Second, an element of the second reactivity whose salt solution has to be present, from which the more reactive element will displace the second reactive element. Okay, so zinc plus copper sulfate solution is required. Zinc copper sulfate solution will react with copper sulfate solution to form separate out, displace out copper and itself forming the salt, that is zinc combining with copper sulfate forming zinc sulfate as a salt, and it will displace copper in it will displace copper. Okay, then again ferrous iron also combines with copper sulfate solution to form iron sulfate and copper. Then zinc from dilute sulfuric acid, it combines to form liberate hydrogen. Okay, hydrogen will be liberated by zinc from sulfuric acid, dilute sulfuric acid forming a salt, that is zinc sulfate. Magnesium also displaces iron by reacting with ferrous sulfate and forming magnesium sulfate, and iron is separated out. Okay, so this is displacement reaction. Now we come to double displacement reaction. Now here it is a chemical reaction in which two compounds in their aqueous solution. Here first case in displacement, one was in aqueous solution. Here in double displacement solution, both the compounds are in aqueous solution. Okay, they react by exchanging their radicals. Two types of reaction are there in this double displacement. One is precipitation, another is neutralization. In the first case, precipitation reaction, a precipitate insoluble solid is formed, that is precipitate is formed. Okay, that is precipitate. Insoluble salt is known as solid is known as precipitate. Okay, so what will happen? Sodium chloride is a solution, aqueous solution. Silver nitrate is an aqueous solution, and what happens? Sodium nitrate is formed, that is solution form, and silver chloride is formed as a precipitate, insoluble solid, that is a precipitate. Okay, then neutralization reaction, what happens? A base, an alkali, reacts with this acid. Okay, a base reacts with an acid to form salt and water. For example, sodium hydroxide reacts with dilute sulfuric acid to form sodium sulfate and water is formed. So that is also a neutralization reaction. Okay, here see in both these cases, precipitation case and neutralization case, both the cases the reactants are in solution form, aqueous solution form. Okay, now define a term oxide. Oxides are binary compounds which are formed by the reaction of oxygen with one element, that is oxygen with other elements, like it may be metal or non-metal. Okay, that is an oxide. Okay, binary compound which is formed when a metal or non-metal reacts with oxygen. Okay, now describe the classification of oxides with examples. See, oxides are mainly two types, metallic and non-metallic. Okay, now metallic oxides are those when oxygen combines with metals, with or without heating. Non-metallic oxides are those non-metals when they are heated with oxygen, then non-metallic oxides are formed. Okay, non-metals when heated with oxygen, then non-metallic oxides are formed. In oxides, metallic oxides are those which when metals are heated or not heated, but it combines with oxygen to form metallic oxides. Now, metallic oxides are of two types, basic oxide and amphoteric oxide. Now, basic oxides are those which when combined with water which when combines with an acid, it forms a neutralization reaction. That is, salt and water is formed. And amphoteric oxides are those when they react to it. That means amphoteric are those which reacts with base. Yes, base to form salt and water, or it reacts with an acid to form salt and water. Both the characteristics are present in amphoteric oxide. Okay, for example, see basic oxide example as sodium oxide, calcium oxide, magnesium oxide, etc. And amphoteric oxides are those zinc oxide, aluminium oxide, lead monoxide, etc. Now, non-metallic oxides are of two types: acidic oxides and neutral oxides. Acidic oxides are those which will react with and base to form salt and water. For example, carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, phosphorus pentoxide, etc. These, when react with a base, they form salt and water. Then neutral oxides are those which do not react with acid or base. They do not react with acid or base. They are just the opposite of amphoteric oxide. Okay. For example, water, carbon monoxide, nitrogen monoxide, etc. Okay. These basic oxides that turn moist red litmus paper blue and react with acids to form salt and water. Amphoteric oxide that turn moist red litmus paper blue and also moist blue litmus paper red. They have both the characteristics of a base as well as a acid. Okay. Now acidic oxides, they turn moist blue litmus paper red and react with bases to produce salt and water. Neutral oxide, they are neutral to the litmus paper. Any kind of indicator, they are neutral to them. That is, they do not change the color of the indicators and they do not react with acid or base. Okay. And then define exothermic reaction and define endothermic reaction with examples. Exothermic reactions are those chemical reactions which proceed with the release of heat energy. Okay, like magnesium, when burns with an oxygen, it releases heat energy to form magnesium oxide. Calcium oxide, when reacts with water, forms calcium hydroxide. Okay, and heat energy is released. Then endothermic reactions are chemical reactions which proceed with the absorption of heat energy, opposite of exothermic. Endothermic is opposite of exothermic. For example, sodium hydrogen carbonate absorbs heat energy to decompose into sodium carbonate, water and carbon dioxide. Even nitrogen combining with oxygen in presence of heat energy to form nitrogen monoxide. Okay. So I think I'll stop here. I'll continue with the rest of the question answers in my next video. Please go through this. If you have any doubt or you have not understood anything, please do let me know. Please do write in the comment box. Hope you are liking the videos, and if you are not liking it, give suggestions to improve my videos so that you can be benefited from these videos. Okay, and do share with your friends so that they can also be benefited from these videos, and also do subscribe to get the notification of my next video, and that can also encourage me to produce you good videos for you. Okay, thank you for watching and have a good day.